You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
Hello, Las Vegas, and everyone around the world. Welcome to the Web Report. Today is Sunday. It is April the 18th. I am your host, Beam 'em Up, Scotty Webb. You can find me on VSX Digital Network at VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Webby20MLB. So yesterday we played two games. And we did pretty well yesterday. We had the Red Sox against the White Sox. We got a win with the Red Sox coming in. They got a little bit behind in the first inning. They were behind 2-0. Then they tied it up 2-2. And then they went ahead, and then the White Sox tied it up. And then in the eighth inning, they blew it open, and they won 7-3. So that was a winner yesterday with the Red Sox, and we also had a winner yesterday with the St. Louis Cardinals. And again, the St. Louis Cardinals in the first inning got behind 1-0, and then they opened the doors on Matt Moore yesterday, and they ended up winning that game 9-4. They won by 5 runs. We had big home runs in that game from Yadier Molina, the catcher. He hit 2 home runs. They had back-to-back home runs twice in that game for St. Louis. So that was a big win. So we have 2 wins yesterday. Going into today on a Sunday. Sundays are interesting days because these are rest days for management. So you want to try to figure out some ways to combat that. And one of the things that I played today was younger teams. The older teams, like say your Giants that have Buster Posies and Belts and Crawfords and these guys that are older, they like to rest those players on Sundays. So I made these plays without looking at the lineups yet. So the older teams, older players like to have their managers go in and give them a day off today, a travel day on Monday, and then they play on Tuesday. So gives them a little bit of a break. Anyway, that being said, we have 3 plays today. The first game is at 105, and this is rotation number 903-904. This is going to be Arizona Diamondbacks at the Washington Nationals. And in this game, you have Madison Bumgarner as the pitcher for Arizona, and Washington is going to throw Steven Strasburg. And what I liked about this game is that Bumgarner has yet to really throw a good game, and that has carried over from his season last year, and he has not been a very good Arizona Diamondback to this point. As a matter of fact, his game score average for 3 games is 27. 27 is really, really bad. I mean, that's not very good at all. His strikeout rate is pretty low. It's only 20%. That puts him in the bottom third of all of baseball, and his walk rate's pretty high. It's 11%. So a lot of balls in contact here, a lot of balls in play. And his batting average against is .355. So teams aren't finding him hard to hit or hard to get on base against. In fact, he leads the board today with whip rate, walks and hits divided by innings pitched. So that really gives you an idea of how many guys get on base per inning. And it's 2.2. So I expect the Nationals to get a lot of opportunities to score. His ground ball rate is only 28%, so there's going to be some damaging blows too, some fly balls, gappers, maybe some home runs. His hard hit rate is 40%, so it's one of the worst in baseball. So I like the idea here that Bumgarner's not showing any strength, and the Washington Nationals have Strasburg, who's getting ready to throw. And his first game out was ace-like, very good, super game, very dominant. His last time out was not so good. It was actually one of the worst games pitched so far this year. So we expect Strasburg to come out and throw a really good game. So how do we bet this? Because the line is minus 180 or so somewhere in there. So we like the idea of playing this game on a first 5. first 5 innings, and we want to take this on the run line. So we're gonna take Washington minus a half a run on the run line, because we think Bumgarner is going to give up 4 or 5 runs in 5 innings, and we think Strasburg may only give up 1. So that gives us the idea that we're going to win this game. And the other things that are in play here with the pitching that even matches up more is that Washington is number 6 in baseball currently against left-handed pitching. Weighted runs created plus for them is 123. So that means they're 23% better than an average offense when it comes to batting against left-handed pitching. So we like this matchup pretty well, and we're going to play it first 5 innings minus the half a run on the run line at minus 135. And then the second game we're going to play today is at 110, and this is 905, 906 is the rotation number. This is the San Francisco Giants at the Miami Marlins. We're going to be on the Miami Marlins today, and this is minus 128, small favorite, but we're going to play them. And this is one of those ones I told you at the beginning of the show where San Francisco is a little older, so they could be resting their Longorias and Buster Posies and players like that. What's interesting about this game is not so much that those guys are the ones being rested or whatever. San Francisco is starting Alex Wood today, and this will be his first start of the season, so we're going to expect him to go 4 innings or maybe 5 innings, 4 or 5. He won't go longer than that because he's not built up yet for that. But what's interesting is that the Giants yesterday used 7 pitchers out of their bullpen. So that gives them a disadvantage in terms of the being able to just go and pick whoever they want out of the bullpen to come in and get it done for them. And they're already 18th ranked bullpen, so they're middle of the pack to lower middle of the pack. So that puts them in sort of a bad component already in terms of coming in and trying to finish out the game. The San Francisco offense is only 20th ranked right now, so that puts them in the bottom third. And they're facing a team in Miami that has Pablo Lopez pitching. His last time out was a game score 18, so that was his offset game. His previous 2 was a game score 62-64. He's a really good pitcher that people don't really know a lot about. He's a soft tosser, but he gets a lot of ground balls, and he gets a lot of soft contact. So that puts him in a position where a lot of this goes right into his advantage with what the Giants do. The Giants being a 20th on offense allows this pitcher to pretty much dictate to the Giants how this is going to go. The other side of that shows that Alex Wood's in trouble here a little bit. He faces Miami. Miami's offense is number 3 overall. Weighted runs created plus is 138. So they're 38% better than an average offense currently. And against left-handed pitchers, they're number 2 in baseball at a 151 clip on weighted runs created plus. So they're 50% better than an average team against left-handed pitching, and that's what they get today. They're at home. They've been playing well, and they're on a winning streak. And I like how Miami is fighting every game. They have young talent that is playing, and they rotate them in and out. So I like Miami in this game. So we're going to be playing Miami minus 128 today. And then the last game I'm playing today is at 2:35. This is rotation number 921, 922. This is the Baltimore Orioles at the Texas Rangers, 2 of the worst teams in baseball. But I'm going to be on the Baltimore Orioles today, and this is a pick'em game. It's minus 110 both ways, so it's minus 110 Baltimore, minus 110 Texas. I'm going to be on Baltimore minus the 110. And again, there's a couple things in play here where you have John Means is pitching for the Baltimore Orioles, who's their best pitcher, and Gibson is pitching for Texas, who's their best pitcher. Now, Gibson has been pitching very well. His first start was terrible, but his last 2, 66-69. So he's in a regression spot where he's made up the ground from his first start. And John Means is in a spot where he is one of the pitchers that is off of a bad start. So his first start was at 84, then he threw a 50, and he threw a 39. So in his first 3 starts, he's clicked off all those boxes with above average, average, and below. So if he throws an average game today, you can expect him to be between 50 and 55, and I'm expecting Gibson to be below an average game. So that puts the Baltimore in a good spot. Baltimore is also 10th ranked on offense. Weighted runs created plus is 107. Texas is number 26 in baseball against left-handed pitching John Means is a left-handed pitcher. So we like the idea here that Texas is going to struggle against left-handed pitching, and especially a good pitcher. And then they're number 22 overall on offense. So we like the idea that Baltimore has the better offense and they're going to have the better pitcher today, and we're going to get them at a pick 'em price. So those are the 3 plays today, and we hope that we get this thing resolved and we go from there. Today's show has been brought to you today by UWager. So if you go to uwager.com and sign up for a new account, make sure that you tell them that Beam 'em Up Scotty sent you. Plus Bugatti, a men's clothing store. You can get your shirts and designer clothes at Bugatti. And Fubo TV. Make sure you go and sign up and get Fubo TV. You can get 7 days for free, no credit checks, and no deposits. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday.